I shake peace and benedictions, man. Peace, family. We live. It is
Righteous,
what it is.
righteous.
You know, right, righteous, righteous. That's exactly right. We dealing with righteous people. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
not crummy people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, before we start this dissertation on multiple subjects, you know, I gotta address the issue. With a crummy person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the issue is that especially since this whole blow vid shit, I seen a breakdown in our communities. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who
Right.
talk that talk, but then it was time to start walking the walk, they start folding like napkins. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
it remind me of being like somebody being in a gang and shit. Like a lot of people scream gang gang and all that shit, right? And they get jumped in and shit, but when it's time to put some work in, then they don't want to be in a gang no more. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? A lot of people have been selling wolf tickets about, how woke they is and how much they ain't never gonna be no slave again and all that, right? But it's like
Right.
when this shit happened, when this crazy shit turned up, when they turned up the fire a little bit, people started
Mm-hmm.
jumping out the water. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so
Right.
it's like they can't even stand in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
it's it's, it's a sad thing, and it's like a lot of people just be frauding online and shit. They online and they acting like they pro black and they acting like they this and that. But in reality,
Mm-hmm.
they just they in it for like the bragging thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and it's like a lot of times, and that's the whole thing why I came up with the whole truth is undefeated kind of thing, because it's like, damn, if you notice, like I'd be saying, yeah, let's work together, but at the same time, I'd be saying like, yeah, I got the crown and I got this. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm taunting people that be wanting to be at odds with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Like, all right, you want to engage me, you want to debate me. I'm saying let's work together on something, but you want to focus on things that we can't get no resolve on. But the thing is that you can't get no W on me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yep.
so for those people who want to challenge me, I got the belt. You got to take it. I got the crown. You
Yep.
got to come for it. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
all in all, we should be working together because we all a champ. We all a king in our respective titles. You know what I mean? Once
In our
we stand
respective
with truth,
villages.
that's why truth is undefeated. You know what I'm saying? And if you stand with truth, then you'll be undefeated too. So I found my little book right here. You know that I want to dig into later. I found this Joe in the archives. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna dig into that in a minute. A
Right.
couple of different things. We're gonna talk about some HIV. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody
Yeah.
call that shit hives. We gonna talk
Yeah.
about hives. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But I gotta hit somebody in the head real quick. It's a sad
Okay.
thing, but I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yesterday, I was talking to
Oh, but
this brother named Crumb TV. Let's get him up here,
right.
right? So
Okay.
I seen the boy Crumb TV talking about the snake shit, you know, um, and some predicated malevolence, and I wanted to bring him up to speed on some things and work with him, right? So I seen
Right.
him on a
Right.
live stream, right? And he was playing an episode from Blacklist, right? I've been calling out this whole predicated malevolence shit, predictive
Right.
programming, for people who like that term or whatever. But I
Right.
seen a problem with that term and I had to update it so that it's more direct. Hence,
Right.
predicated malevolence. So, you see the predicated malevolence inside the blacklist where they poison Raymond Reddington, and remember the RR, you know what I'm saying, 181836. So they poisoned Raymond Reddington with the snake venom, right? That fucked him up,
Yeah.
and he had like long haulers syndrome, basically. Basically like the long hauler Blovig shit, right? And this is how
Right.
all of this shit ties in. So me
Yeah.
hitting this dude in the head actually ties in with what we talking about. So
Right.
he was going over a video, right? That he was looking at that was it was a video with it looked like that whistleblower bull, the bull who leaked the WikiLeaks shit. What's his name?
Asana.
Julian.
Asana.
No, not Julian Assange, that he older, the young Edward Snowden. It
Yeah.
looked like Edward Snowden was being interviewed by Stu Peters, and they was
Uh-huh.
going over. Now, don't quote me on that because a lot of times some people be looking the same, but but
Right.
he looked like that dude. So it might not have been him. But nevertheless, they was going over um Blacklist, an episode of Blacklist where, Raymond Reddington was poisoned with snake venom. So this snake venom basically they couldn't really like stop it or get it out of the system, but they could just
Mhm.
like stop the movement of it. So it's like, so for the rest of the show, even the show is still going on. He's has these issues with his health because of this snake venom shit that he's been poisoned with. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
of course, we did the video last night and
Mhm.
a couple weeks before where we've been talking about this. We probably like the first people talking about this shit, honestly. But
Right.
that's debatable, right? So,
Right.
but you know what I
Right.
mean? So when I seen that, that sparked my interest. Now I'm aware of this bull Crumb TV, and basically he says that he's a master student, and he comes off and says, 'cause, and I can respect that in the world of fake knowledge droppers and fake gurus and shit. You got people that try to stand up on the hill and act like they're super smart when they're not really. You know what I mean?
That's a catch.
So
Yeah.
um his whole motif is I'm a student and I'm okay with being a student. I'm a humble student and I'm just showing you the things that I learned along my travels. And I can respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm being aware of the brother and what he's doing. And when I seen him talking about, something that I've been talking about, I chimed in on his live, wrote in a couple comments, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, which we were in agreement with, and then we decided to work together. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
this is me inboxing him saying, "Yo, what's up, brother? Let's link up, right?"
Right.
So he obliges, right? Let's move this out the way real quick. Hold on, let's get the logo shit out the way so we can see everything we need to see right here. Hold on one
Mhm.
second. I hate when I do this. All right, here we go. All right, so he obliges and he says bet, right? So
Mhm.
last night we did a stream, right? So
Mhm.
I seen in the stream yard join, and we had some technical difficulties last night with the stream yard. Usually, when you're doing stream yard, you have a indicator that comes up in the invite little section at the bottom. I didn't see anybody in there, so I didn't know that like three people were trying to get on, and I didn't
Right.
see him. So I apologize to anybody who was trying to get on and felt like they got snubbed. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
don't know if this dude felt like he got snubbed, but you know, he oh wait a minute. Let me go back because I want to explain this first. So I don't know if he felt like he got snubbed, but he said I didn't get any IG notifications. So he what I went on to explain to him is that I didn't do an IG live stream. I did it on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I said, yeah, I can do it on IG, but
Mhm.
and fan base is coming too. You know what I'm saying? Fan
Right.
base is working on a option, like how we were talking about last night.
Right.
So he said, what? He started coming at my neck basically, and I'm not gonna read word for word, but he started saying like, you know, um, I gotta come at him correct. Now, mind you, this is the humble student. This is the humble guy. He
Right.
said, he said if I want to work with him, I need to come at him correct. I can't be just sending him no link, right? So I say,
Right.
well, you know how it is, I was planning to, I had already planned to do this stream anyway, and I just sent you an invite to see if you wanted to be a part of it.
Right.
No harm, no foul, right? That's what I
Right.
would think. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
so this dude obviously he was already on some bullshit. So he get angry. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
he say look, he say I tell him like, he says he's familiar with the StreamYard shit, you know what I mean? So This is basically reiterating what I just said to him right here. So,
Right.
so now this is his disposition here. He says, "Do you understand what I'm saying to you about working with me?" Like, and I'm like, we can always set something up. Like, all right, I get it. Like, you didn't like that I sent you the video link. I didn't think it was
Right.
that much of a bigger deal. If somebody sent me a video link and I couldn't jump on it, hey, no harm, no foul. I'm not gonna get
Right.
mad at you and try to like lord over you. And then look, now he say, "Are you okay?" Now I'm reading this and I'm like, I'm trying really not to go into no argument with this dude. You know what I'm saying? Remember, this is the humble student. This is the humble master student. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he said, "You seem like you're in your own world." I'm in my own world, but I'm sending you an invite to a video that I already planned on doing.
Right.
Like that was already in the making. I said, "All right, it's May 1st. I'm going to do a video today." I had my mind made up that I was going to make a video way before I even talked to you. So,
Right.
so for me sending you a video link, am I disrespecting this man? Because I'm fucked up. Like, and that's like a lot of this is like, yeah, I'm hitting this dude in the head per se, but I'm really confused, and I want to like ask people, like, did I do something wrong? Am I tripping here? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he's really upset with me, like, and blocked me and all of this shit. And I'm like, well, damn, what the hell did I do wrong? All I did was send him a video link. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? What the
Right.
hell? But this is the humble student.
Right.
Is this humble? Does this come off humble to you? It seems like I'm being more humble than him because clearly he's coming at my neck, but I'm like ignoring the shit. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So so
Right.
I'm like, man, you know how it is. And I say, look, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not even gonna get into that with you. Because
Yeah.
one of the things that I don't like is I don't like to keep arguing with people when I really want to work with people. You know what I mean? So like, and I see that happening a lot. A lot of times people just be ready to turn up on you. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because
Right.
I posted that picture the other day. I'm like, man, like y'all, if you ready to be at odds with your brother, the people who look like you, but you accept other people who don't look like you with open arms, you're a part of the fucking problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
so I'm saying I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just simply saying, like, look, we can work together. We can definitely set something up. We can present the information to the people. Now he's done with me. No
Right.
thanks, right? He says no thanks. So I said, oh, so like again, now I'm ignoring what he's saying. So I'm like, so if you have a certain time that you would like to do something, that's cool. I'm just
Right.
trying to network with like-minded people. So I'm waving the white flag. I don't want no smoke. He like, bro, you handling me the wrong way. How? What am I doing, family? For
Right.
y'all watching this, and what is wrong with let me take a minute real quick because I'm fucked up even more. Just like trying to figure this out. What did I do wrong? What did
Right.
I do wrong? Like shout out to Rick Ross. What did I do wrong? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck did I do wrong? Let me just take a minute real quick. Yeah, like what you got to say about that so far? What did I do something wrong, yo?
Uh, nope. But one of my things I always like to iterate to people is that you cannot express emotion through a text. So anything that somebody might grasp, even from the beginning, is going to be wrong because people expect like the immediate way that he took it is on some funk shit. You know what I mean? Like on some like you got a problem. And if
Right.
somebody is the first thing is communication. I know everybody speaks a different language. You know what I mean? Like you out in Philly, I'm out here in Cali, so we have a different lingo. You know what I mean? Some of the things are the same, just like regular English, but you know what I mean? Some of our terminologies and stuff may be different. So I have to account for that. You know what I
But
mean? You
yeah,
might say
but
something
I'm
like,
not even using no language. Everything that you're seeing right here, this exchange is
right,
direct English. It's not no lingo. There's nothing to be
right,
misconstrued.
right. That's all I'm saying. Like, the whole thing is if there is no words in there that could have been misconstrued, but people, I find that out in some of these areas and stuff like that where people have a high black death rate, that people are really confrontational. They're expecting a
Yeah,
confrontation every time,
hey,
and
I
that
don't get
right
it,
there,
man.
Yeah, I do. They got it so fucked up that they think everything they got to be on defense. When you meet somebody, you know what I mean, they already got the condom on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I
hold up.
mean, but I understand that. But if you online like frauding, like yeah, I'm a humble student and I'm this and that, but in the behind the scenes, you an arrogant jerk. That's not cool.
Right.
Like
But
that's
then
what
everybody
it's like.
else,
Damn, like I'm really out here trying to find and network with like-minded people, but time after
right,
time, I keep coming across people that's frauding online. They, you know
right,
what I'm saying? I'm the same way I'm online that I am offline. You know what
right,
I'm saying?
right. And what
Like,
I've been noticing
and so
is
are
like,
you. So are
right,
you. You're not different offline. I know you.
mm-mm,
I talk to you every day. I watch
right,
your videos, and you the same person online that you are offline. But a lot of
right,
times, these people metamorphosize into some other fictional character, and then they go on to try to live that character, and they not really that.
yeah,
And they real self be shining through, and they try to cover it up.
right. And you know, like they say, if you listen to somebody long enough, they'll tell on themselves.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
And fuck
mhm,
exactly. So like
mhm,
let's wrap this up over real quick so we can move on.
right,
So I say to him, man, I'm not trying to get into nothing with you. I'm not trying to get into no arguments. I'm just trying to network as we should be able to do so. So now I'm kind of like letting them know my expectation. You know,
right,
I read your profile.
right,
You said you're a humble boy. You're not acting humble right now. So I said that without saying that. We should be able to work together, right?
right.
Bro, you
Yeah.
trying to handle me like I'm your chump. I'm ready to block you. Now, let me just ask you this. Did I disrespect this man in any way? Did I treat him
Nope,
like a chump?
nope,
What is his disposition? Maybe he got bullied in school or something. Maybe I look like somebody that threatened him or whatever. I don't know what this dude problem is, but he's on
right,
defense mode and he talking about that I'm treating him like a chump. I haven't disrespected this man not one bit. This is
right,
insane. Now, and this is like, all right, now when I'm looking at his profile, right? Now we're gonna get to that in a minute. But so he said you need to chill for real, for real, for real. Those is like fighting words,
right.
right? When
Yep,
somebody check you like that, like you need to chill for real, for real. Like if you in my, that's like if we person to person, face to face, and I say, yo, you need to chill for real, for real. I'm swelling up because
yep,
I'm drawing a line to say you cross this line, it's about to be something,
right,
and that's what I really don't, appreciate about this exchange and any exchange like this online where people be saying stuff that they would never say to you in person. I guarantee you that these interactions with these people online, they would completely be a whole different peaceful vibe if it was face to face. All the little
yeah,
chit chat that people be having to say to you online and all of the bravado stance that they take, they would do that shit in their house. They would do that shit
yep,
in their car on their way home, but they
right.
wouldn't do that to your face. And it's like,
Mm-mm.
we really got to have like the pull up thing, not to pull up to fight, but the pull up to get people to be respectful.
Yep.
Let's not
It's
do
necessary.
this online bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like
Right,
you can't feel okay doing this. You can't feel like a man doing this. You can't feel like a humble person doing this. For
right.
real, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying?
And
So he said you
right.
doing too much. He said you doing. Hold on, and I want you to say what you had to say. But he said you're doing too much, and it's coming off disrespectful. You know what I mean? You think you need to start. I think you need to start over and put some respect on my name. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. He just turned up on me like he was baby. Put some
Right.
respect on his name. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And the cold part about it is that's why I said we need to go on tour because all of the groups of people, some people aren't used to having the actual dialogue. Like they used to talking to their parents where they can overrun the conversation or yell at them or close their door, slam their door and shit,
Right.
and
Right.
have attitudes. You know what I'm saying? It's a childish behavior. You know what I
Right.
mean? And the
Right.
thing is, like, none of us want an issue. Look, I don't
Right.
even subscribe to magazines because I don't like issues. You dig what I'm talking about? And
Right.
and in that we, you know what I mean? Like,
Bars.
yeah. Hey, the
We
reason
gotta
why these
start
people
calling them Jones out.
for sure. Hey, but the whole thing is like a lot of people don't get that. Like I understand if you come from you got to be hard, you know what I mean? Don't ever let somebody see you with your guard down or some old craziness. But we're black. We need to tone it down because we're confrontational anyway.
Yeah,
And what
we've been programmed to be confrontational. That's absolutely right. You're right
right,
about that.
especially amongst our own peers, because somebody
Right.
don't get you. You know what I mean? And the thing is, there comes a point to where you have to break that shit down
And,
until like it gets to a level beyond that, because a scholar is going to want to talk to you about some shit, and a real scholar is going to try to, you know what I mean,
right.
going to word itself up out of any conflict, because the
Right.
first sign is diplomacy. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Like
And
we talked about that before. The first is the sign of diplomacy. So this bull has started. He's already waged war with me, and that's what we were discussing, like the levels of war. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
And it's like we, even though your stance or your offense or your defense, depending on your perspective, is to lead
right,
with diplomacy. But I'm ready for war too.
right,
I can't I
exactly,
can't I can't be I can't be out here at all not ready for
right,
war. Like, all right,
right,
like I be seeing, like I was just saying this to somebody the other day. I was like, yo, I'm seeing a lot of this sidebar right here. I'm seeing a lot of brothers out here like way away from their home base with like flip-flops on and Crocs on and shit. And it's like, we never did that. Like if you walk
nope.
down the street to the store in flip-flops, you was pushing it.
Oh
You never
yeah,
know.
shit,
You
you gonna
never
get
know if
booked.
you got a. You never know if you got a jet or stomp somebody out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Throw your hands up, squabble, whatever. So it's like,
And
a lot of dudes is like, they not even preparing. They not even prepared for anything.
mm-mm, no,
But they selling wolf tickets. You know what I'm saying?
right,
But it's like,
'cause-
people that's prepared for shit, they leading with diplomacy. I'm not trying to go there with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this
right,
dude is like, he's turned up, like, put some respect on my name. Now I didn't disrespect his brother, and
right,
his brother named himself Crumb. So I
yep,
think you need to put some respect on your own name and
right,
rename yourself. Your name is Crumb.
right.
Like,
But
like,
that's what they call you.
what? Come on, man. Like, and let me say this. I did really respect the humble vibe, the humble motif that you created, Crumb. But this energy right here is not humble. You know what I'm saying? If
Right,
anything, I'm being humble. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I say to him, look, I'm not disrespecting you. And I honestly do apologize if you felt as though that I disrespected you. So I'm
right,
lost here. I don't know how this dude feels disrespected. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, listen, look, if I did disrespect you, I didn't even lead with that, because sometimes that's a dismissive stance for somebody and say, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
right,
I honestly, wholeheartedly was like, look, in my perspective, I didn't disrespect this man.
right,
I stated that. But I also said that, if I did disrespect you, I apologize.
right,
That takes a humility to do that. You know what I mean?
right,
And then I say, I feel as though that you're taking things out of context. Maybe
yeah,
that's because we're texting, just like how you said, right? You can't
yeah,
express emotions through text, right? And I
yeah,
said, maybe
right,
it be because we're texting. Would you like to talk on the phone? You see, he hit the
right,
little heart emoji thing, right?
right,
So he video chat me, right? So this is early in the morning, and I just came in the house probably like uh 6 or 7 or something like that. You know what I mean?
right,
I'm back out on the grind. But I had to get on the battery charger. So
right,
while I was on the battery charger, I'm networking and shit. I'm just sending little
right,
messages. Now I didn't think that shit was gonna go left, that I had to do a face-to-face confrontation with somebody to address this issue. And I wouldn't even
right,
say a confrontation, because contrary to popular opinion, I'm not a confrontational person. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I don't like confrontation. I don't like being at odds with people. People
mm-hmm,
seem to like to be at odds with me. Now, what I do like to do is I like to defend myself.
right,
If somebody throw a straight right hand at me, I'm proud of myself if I countered that shit and I hit them with a nice little combination, a
right,
nice little nation of domination. You know what I mean?
right,
You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? So I am proud of myself for that.
right,
Because everybody should, you know, lead with diplomacy, but also be able to defend yourself if the
right,
diplomacy go left. Because if
right,
you're dealing with a madman, and they just want war, you got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, to defend yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, dude called me on the phone, right?
Yeah.
He called me on the phone and he was like, he said, cut the light on. He was telling me to cut the light on, right?
Right.
Like, he said, are you busy? I said, not really, kinda. He said, oh, well, all right, well then, brother, well then we don't need to talk then, and we don't need to communicate, and I'm blocking you, and hung up on me. Like literally, like, look, you see the conversation. Look, the video call started at 9:59 and it ended at 9:59. Like 30
Right.
seconds. So this dude was already emotionally charged up, even though I'm trying to, resolve the situation. So at the slightest thing that I guess upset this dude, he just spouts off. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We don't need to work together. Boom. So he bangs on me and then blocked me. And and at this time I don't know he blocked me. And I'm like, are you upset or something? Is everything okay? And I'm still
Mhm.
lost. Did I do something wrong? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
boom, he blocks me. So then he blocks me, right? Now if you notice something here with this dude, right? He got 4,000. He got almost 5,000 people following,
Yeah.
right? And this is why I
Mhm.
don't like this whole term of the phrase that they use, following. I would
Right.
like constituents or subscribers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Contemporaries, friends,
Yeah.
anything but
Right.
followers, because that shit goes to people's heads. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And they interpret that shit wrong, and then it makes them feel like it breeds narcissism in people, really. So
Hmm.
even this dude who's frauding like he's a humble student, right? You
Right.
see, just through that little situation, that he's not humble at all. He's very
Right.
arrogant. You know what I'm saying? And it's corny because we've had an opportunity to work together to you know what I mean, to be more effective at what we do. Simple as
Right.
that. But your arrogance, and your arrogance show a lot of the times. Look at these people profiles. He only following 9 people back, so he don't even interact with the people on his page.
Hmm.
The people who support him, the people that might send him bread and all that, he don't even interact with them to see what they got going on. And a
Right.
lot of y'all is okay with that.
Right.
I try to interact with everybody who follow my page because I appreciate that shit. And I don't even like to say follow anybody who watches or pays attention to what I'm doing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And goes through the proper channels of doing so. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I don't lord over people. I don't try to diminish people and make them feel like they're lesser than. And this is the receipts right here. So when this dude is saying whatever he probably gonna say, he probably took to his video shit too. But
Hmm.
I'm not even dissing him here. This brother, I don't know what's going on with him. I'm just calling out the fraudulence here. I don't know what's
Hmm.
going on with this brother. Maybe he had a bad day. Maybe he's
Hmm.
stressed out. A lot of people stressed out about this COVID shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it's like, and that's why I started off saying that, because I've literally seen our community just fall apart with this
Hmm.
nonsense. Let's get this off the screen. I've seen our community fall apart with this nonsense, and it was already fucked up to begin with. We were trying to build unity and stability, in our communities, and stop having each other at each other's throats. And then now
Hmm.
it's like you got these people that's like so-called conscious online, promoting themselves or projecting themselves in one way while you tearing people down and cutting people down behind the scenes.
Right.
Like, it's just crazy, yo. And we can't
Yep.
even get true networking with each other. We got to take the Twitter and put people on the public square for them to respond to videos that in any other setting they would just ignore. You saw the
Right.
videos that I sent you. I send
Right.
videos to motherfuckers through text messages directly. And a lot of them
Hmm.
people, they know, we all know who they are.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people
Hmm.
that we know who they are, we worship them and praise them. I got their phone numbers.
Hmm.
So when I send them information and send them things, they ignore it. Why?
Hmm.
Why? Is it really a competition? Is it a competition like I have to have the you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm the sole and um messenger of information? Come
Right.
on, man. Everybody got a piece of the puzzle. And it's like,
Hmm.
aside from motherfuckers ignoring you, I was also seeing plenty of times where people will literally take your information and just say it like it was theirs.
Right. Oh,
You know what I'm
man, I'm
saying?
glad we ain't calling
Like
people out
like
right now on that shit.
I could say Pharaoh did that. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Hmm.
I ain't even. You know what? I'm gonna just leave it there. I ain't trying to out too many people and all that. You
Yeah,
know, we
yeah.
ain't into that. You know what I mean? But
I was about
you
to.
know, dude, seriously got some issues. You know, and we just gonna close that topic and move on. You know what I mean? It
But
is what it is. You know what I mean? But it's
I,
like we gotta do better as a people. We gotta stop with this arrogant, bravado type of vibe with each other because the point I want to make with this is my point of all of this, is that if we can't take each other, how are we going to take people who want us dead? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you?
right,
Come through,
right.
man. And then the young boy just pulled up on me. So
Yeah.
pull up
Well,
on me, man. You know what I'm saying?
I,
I'm
I got
out here. What's going
I got a
on?
segue for you.
So yeah, I'm doing a
Yeah,
stream
you
right
see?
now and shit. Oh no, hold up,
What
hold
is
up,
that?
hold up. Let me what's that right there? Hold up. Let me finish that up. So the
Yeah.
thing is this. The thing is this. No, you good. All right. So the thing is that if we can't take each other, like this dude is saying that I'm disrespecting him, right? This is the
Hmm.
meat and potatoes of what I'm trying to say here. If he's saying I'm disrespecting him, a lot of people feel like you rub them the wrong way, and that's grounds for them to expedite you out of their life and all of that shit, right? And we
Right.
like that block feature and all of that, but we can't
Hmm.
block white supremacy. When you pull up at the
Nope.
gas station and you see the Arab people at the gas station, and you don't like that they're in your community, siphoning money out your community, or you go to the Chinese store, etc., and you don't like these things, you can't hit the block feature on them. The
Right.
only the only effective thing that you are do at blocking people is your own people. The
Right.
only people that you can block out of your life is other black people and people in your family. But you can't
Right.
block the bill collector. You can't block the China man, the gas man, the tax man. You know what I'm saying? You shit. You having trouble blocking the mandates. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
You can't
So
even
so you
block your
can't
phone
block
from
nothing
updating.
else. You can't block nothing else out here. But we love to lord over each other. This is the displacement shit. This is we like the
Hmm.
black people have become the low hanging fruit, especially brothers.
Right.
Brothers have become the low hanging fruit, so that if I ever want to kick somebody when they down, if I'm feeling down, I can just go and get the low hanging fruit and I can lord over somebody else, and then now I feel good about my life. This is this is
And
this has to stop being an option for black people. We need to work
right.
together because if you thinking that you can kick another brother or lord over this brother and that make you feel better, that's not you're a part of the problem too. I don't want to drag nobody, but I do be wanting. The thing is this. I do be wanting to expose the fraudulence out here. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So y'all can see what true leadership look like, what true knowledge look like. Because this shit is so watered down and diluted, you don't even know what you're looking at half the time. And the people who you put up on a pedestal, you questioning their movements and their behaviors, like why are they doing this and why are they doing that? Because a lot of these dudes are charlatans. Shit, this
Right.
this might have to be charlatans. This might have to be charlatans part three. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
like this is crazy. But it is what it is, man. You
Right.
know, we,
And see
we don't do
the
this.
whole thing
We don't
too.
do this to these people. They do
Hey,
these. They
and
do this. They they do this to
right.
themselves. We don't do
Right.
this to these people. They do this to themselves.
Right. And see what I was going to say. Look, I had to write it down instead of cutting you off. Um, and the reason that this whole
There we go.
inferiority of these people, for sure, the whole reason why it exists is because every other nationality of people, every other, because there's only one race, we'll get to that later. But the only reason why these other nationalities, why this inferiority of the powers that shouldn't be still exist, is because everybody has to step over black folks. You know what I'm saying? At least you're not black. So they're being exploited too. They're being fucked over. They're being discriminated against, so on and so forth. But they feel like,
Exactly.
oh, at least we got it better than them. So that's the
Right.
reason why these people are still going and it's still working. And that's the reason why, look, this the little thing. It says, let's normalize asking questions for clarity instead of moving based on the story you created in your mind, which may or may not be true. Clarity preserves relationships. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? and
Right.
uh, and
So instead of having a kangaroo court in your mind, you know, how about actually, having some cross examination and actually
right,
talking to the person that you condemning instead of just condemning them. You know what I'm saying?
right. And see, look, alone I can say, but together we can talk. Alone I can enjoy, but together we can celebrate. Alone I can smile, but together we can laugh. You know, that's the beauty of human relations. We're nothing without each other. You dig what I'm saying? And those, you know, a couple of little bars that, you know what I mean, meant something. And it was just recent because a lot of these conflicts, like I'm from the city, so I talk to people on a regular basis. You talk to everybody. You dig what I'm saying? But in places that you know, like East Coast and other places where they're not used to people talking to them all the time, you know, then they automatically think it's something wrong. You know what I mean? They're reaching for shit they ain't got, or you know what I'm saying? They automatically making it seem that way. And what I found,
like here in the city, like on this side, like how you said something that I just wanted to touch on real quick. You know, on this side, a lot of people do not talk to people that they don't know. Like, you know, like just like in Philly, like if somebody watching this in Philly, do a social experiment today, and just randomly just say hi to people, and look how they look at you. They will evaluate you, look you up and down first, and then be like, "What's up? Like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga for saying good morning to me?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not,
you know, we live in a city where you good is a threat, right? Now, like when my young boy just pulled up right here. Now, you know what I'm saying? This nigga sharp right here, smart bull. You know what I'm saying? Now, and I can say to him, right? If somebody pull up on you, right? Let's say you in traffic, right? And boy, somebody pull up on you. You know what I mean, y'all window to window, and you look and he said, "Yo, you good?" What that mean?
You won't go. It's crazy like that. When you mean good, like when you say you good, is you good? Like, bro, that means why are you looking at me?
Right.
Why are you looking? What you want to problem? Some shit. Like,
exactly.
It's crazy as like that.
It's crazy because you good.
Like you good. Like,
yeah, you good. Is are you okay?
Yeah.
You know, can I be of service? You know, do you need help or something? Are you going through something? You good should be something of that nature. But we live in a city where you good is like a threat, and like you see,
from here, you're gonna be confused. Like he gonna have this tone with you. Like, you're gonna be confused. Like, I do something wrong.
Right, exactly. And you know, he just quantified on it. Like, let's say if somebody is not from the city and they're not familiar with that phrase, they just happen to just, you know, cut eyes at somebody or whatever, and somebody say you good, and they like, excuse me. You know what I mean? Like, and they just like thrown off, like, what? Am I good? And the person is they already worked up. The fuck? I mean, because you looking at me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what you got a problem or something? And and now this person then went from 0 to 60, and you don't even know what the fuck is going on. You like, no, I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could get shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. Like, you know.
And the cool part about it is,
but like, look, how old are you? So he's 19. See, he already understand that. I didn't bait him into saying that. He just pulled up on me. He saw me over here doing the video, and you know what I'm saying, he just pulled up on me. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna hold you up. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. You know what I mean? But yeah, no doubt. Yeah, text me. You know what I mean? But yeah, we gotta be in the community. You know what I'm saying? Help to be of service. You know what I'm saying? So when you say you good to somebody, it's actually intended how it's supposed to mean. That I'm all right. You know, I'm offering reassurance to make sure you good as a brother to a brother, as a brother to a sister, or a human to a human. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, like, man, it's just sad that, you know, like we just become so competitive and at odds with each other for meaningless things. You know, people be dying over temporary anger, shit that you ain't even mad about next week. And it's a whole funeral service. You ain't even mad about that shit no more.
Right.
You know, that shit is crazy. Like, but you know, as a disclaimer, I want to say this, and this is something that, you know, this is probably late. It should have been said this, but I don't have no ill intent, you know, to nobody, man. I don't have no beef with nobody. I don't want to cause bodily harm to nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I really want to say that I really think it's like some sucker shit to even have that kind of energy when you don't got that kind of energy for people who make you pay for food, clothes, water, shelter, you know, things that the earth naturally provides for us, they
Right.
lord over it and make you pay for it. You ain't got no smoke for them, but you got smoke for the nigga that you grew up with, the boy around the corner, so your ex-girlfriend and all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't respect none of that. So
Right.
you never going to catch me in no domestic situation. You ain't never going to see me doing something to somebody that I went to school with or nothing. You ain't never going to see that. So I just
Right.
want to make that disclaimer, because I'm a loving, compassionate, caring person. You know,
Right.
I love
Hey,
hard. You know what I'm saying? But I don't hurt
right.
people. You know,
Right.
and that's the whole point of the reason why I'm doing this kind of shit. Is that I'm just trying to spread love and peace, knowledge, and wisdom to the people. I ain't trying to hurt nobody, and I would never let no vendetta carry me on over the edge. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
And
like to build with righteous people because I'm a righteous person, and the only thing that really grinds my gears is is somebody doing something that ain't right.
right.
Unrighteousness
Right.
and evilness is really what grinds my gears. So you know, you ain't. I don't. Whatever that happens from here on out, whatever people say about me or said about me or whatever, if it's not based around that, don't believe that shit. That's real rap, and that's my disclaimer. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. And see, look, I found one for us too. Let me see. Look, you got to put this on for him. What it say? The to leave me the fuck alone.
Right. You know what I mean? I like just like I seen Gilly and Wallow doing a podcast the other day, and they was talking about like dudes that really came up in the street. Once you get to like your 30s and into your 40s, you ain't trying to get into no trouble with nobody. So if
Right.
anybody who out here that's in their 30s or 40s still trying to get some street rep, or they obviously either they retarded or they wasn't really doing that shit when they was younger. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now
They've never been
that's
nowhere.
what they were saying, and I'm not trying to glorify any life of crime or any hardship that made somebody battle tested. Because it's a shame that any of us had to go through those things. But
Right.
like recently, I seen a video where some young boys was in like a junior high school, and they had like it was like 20 guns in a junior high school, right?
Hmm.
And everybody was looking like, damn, like this is fucked up, yo. These young boys, these guns, and everybody had these negative comments to say. And then people
Right.
went on to say, I want to see these. I'd rather see the kids, practicing dance moves and shit like that. And I
Right.
and I do want to say, I want to take a position that the late great Khalid Muhammad took, in regards to the the uncontrolled anger and that leads to violence in our community. You know what I'm saying? One thing that we need to educate our youth is who the enemy is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's what we need to do. And it's like that is a radical statement in itself. But how is it okay for people to preach, go up the block and shoot your ops, or or go around the corner and down a nigga daughter or some shit like that? Like that's not
Right.
cool. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
people who cause you hardship in your everyday life are not the person around the corner. It's not the girl who you had a fallout with. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
we don't understand. We need to teach our youth who the real enemy is. So
Right.
let's say it was in that same high school, different vibe, same situation, different vibe. You had
Right.
you had all the young boys in there, all strapped up to protect the sisters, all strapped up in there to protect the community. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that
Right.
nobody ain't gonna go missing in our community. Nobody
Right.
ain't gonna be disrespecting our women and our families. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Ain't no
Hmm.
outsiders gonna be coming up here robbing nobody or disrespecting. Like so it's like if we could get the young brothers to have that kind of energy, because obviously they got that warrior spirit. They got that
Right.
warrior energy. And it's very dangerous to say to our people that our young brothers don't need to have that warrior energy. They do need to have that warrior energy. They just need to stop going at each other.
Right.
We,
Because that
we need to
Dowson shit
we,
is
we
real.
need to we need to be grooming that energy and molding it and cultivating it into warrior lions, to young lions that can protect the community and stand up for what's right and fight against injustice. That's what
Yep.
we
And you
should be
said that
doing.
right at
You
44,
know what I'm
44.
saying?
Right.
So right when you got brothers like Gilly who's saying these things, but he had a song that was encouraging young kids to do his dirty work. That, you know what I'm saying? So basically he would employ young kids to shoot his ops, you know, for him, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
if something was to go left, you know, he is the basically the little kid is the crash dummy. He made a song
Right.
about that, glorifying that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like, at what point do we stop glorifying crime in itself and bad things in itself? So, you know, their position was, oh, y'all wasn't really doing shit when y'all was young, so that's why you trying to do shit when you older now. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I can concur with that statement. But I do
Right.
want to quantify on it and say, yo, we out of bounds and we got to right wrongs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got to stop
Right.
glorifying this life of crime and all that shit from the get go. Because
Yeah.
this is the same, like, again, this is the same dude who made a song about, you know, having 15-year-olds to shoot grown people for him. And if they catch a case, he's cool. If the
Yeah.
kid get killed, he's okay. So it's like, you want somebody to die, but you ain't man enough to put in your own work. You're gonna go and corrupt the mind of a child and have them to do
Yep.
that. And then turn around and then complain about the gun violence.
Right. And
I beg your pardon.
right. And
You know
see,
what I'm
in that,
saying?
yeah, because with that, one of the things that I tell you is like when I was 18, you know what I mean, I failed and I didn't get a chance to say I wasn't gonna do it no more. I ended up in the pen and shit. And the whole thing is like first of all, nobody is trying to glorify anybody that's been somewhere before is not trying to have no violence. You understand what I'm saying? Like not at all, because for me, I don't get the same options. I don't get to bail out and all kind of other shit like that. You know what I mean? My previous situation caused my numbers to go up. Like I don't have look, I ain't got bail money now. So anytime the charges get up on there and some other shit, it's ugly like what's under Jason Matt. So, you know, it's individuals that ain't never been nowhere. That's that's one thing that ain't never been nowhere that talk crazy. And the other thing is like how like when you in the pen and somebody always want to fight, it's because they ain't got nothing to come home to. And just like on the streets, if you ain't got nothing going, then those are the people that's always confrontational because they don't care about going to the pen because ain't nobody gonna write them, ain't got no friends, and they ain't got nothing to do. So they looking for some strife so they can go sit in the pen and act like they did something. You know what I mean? Act like they was tough for a minute or what have you. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Also wanted to say, what was that? Though ain't got nothing on it. Oh yeah. And us as Africans, we got energy that we haven't been able to tap into because of, you know what I mean? Because it's been taken from us. Now, like that Dowson situation and everything, like I do believe we got enough energy to make a fireball. You dig what I'm saying? And so when it's misdirected and misguided by these other individuals, we haven't even been able to tap into our own soul, let alone do these other things. You dig what I'm saying? And the whole thing is the unity. They got the conflict artists that it seemed like every time a group starts, they always have some people go into the group to become a member of that group and fuck it up for everybody. That's like a prime example on the on that Twitter thing when I was on there. There was a brother that told the other brother, get that one dude off of your site because he's talking about nationalist shit. You know what I'm saying? He talking black nationalists and some other things. And I shot him with the black identity situation. He like, oh, bro, this Twitter. You know what I mean? Don't this ain't nothing but Twitter or something. And his big homie or whoever, somebody else, chimed in and said, no, 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 no. You got to identify that the fact that what you're doing is how people get kicked off of these places. You know what I'm saying? If you're tying in with somebody else, they're purposely trying to set you up in a situation because they don't like what you got going. So every group has been infiltrated because if you ain't a solo group, you know what I'm saying? They got that Prop 21 thing out
And
here. Anybody?
that's one of the reasons why I never really banged with groups like that. Like, I've always, networked with people. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? And I had sit-ins and the experience, the vibes in different groups. But a lot of
right,
times, you can see the disruption just brewing over, and you see like the cognitive dissonance, just heavy in the room. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, not to say that I'm just going into situations to be a judge. I'm going into situations to be of service. So I don't plan on coming into a group or organization to take over, to be the leader or something like that. But I do plan on coming in and seeing how I can be a key factor. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm that much of a key factor that I'm exonerated to a position like that, then so be it. But that's not my motive. But you see a lot of people that their motive is to come in and I want to be the head. Everybody's trying to be the head. You know what I'm saying? And that in itself just causes the problem. So a lot of times it don't even have to be an agent per se. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be a provocateur. It could just be a mindset. It could just be that competitive, poisonous programming that that people have been that they push, basically. You know what I mean? I'm trying to stay away from the P word. They just start coming. But but that's what happens, and so it's just sad because it's a lot of these places, a lot of these environments are just toxic. You know what I mean? So it's like when you come in and try to, drain the swamp or clean up or just to be of service. You know what I mean? Like you could be like you could be tarred and feathered, because it's like a lot of times people are okay with just arguing than actually doing something. And actually, I go into organizations, I ain't going to name no names right now. Well, you know what? Fuck it. I went to the UNIA organization, went to the meeting several times. Every time we go in there, and every time we go in there, that's Marcus Garvey organization. So they got a division here in on Cecil B. Moore, the original building that Marcus Garvey had. That that just like is like almost like condemned. You know what I'm saying? And like they trying to gentrify that area. So it's gonna come a time where they're gonna try to push them right up out of that building, or these people are gonna sell it or whatever. You know what I mean? It's a sad thing. But when these things are being discussed or brought to the issues, it's just a whole bunch of back and forth arguing, a bunch of window dressing type of bullshit. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't equate to anything. It don't get nowhere. You know what I mean? So a lot of people just like, man, this shit ain't doing nothing, man. I'm out of here. Fuck this. You know what I mean? And it's sad because a lot of people who went to that organization, they left with a bad taste in their mouth. And that's obviously that's not what Garvey intended. But it's too many whack jobs in there. It's too many even just potential agents. You know what I'm saying? People that's just there purposely to disrupt. That's their position.
And see, that brings up the segue to this one. Like this meme says white supremacy doesn't give a damn if you're Pan-African.
Natural con. We need some constantly. Yeah, natural con.
That's big and nice.
Yep. You see it say it don't give white supremacy. White supremacy doesn't give a damn if you're Pan-African, New Nubian, Hebrew Israelite, Muslim, Moor, Christian. They don't care. And they like the fact that there's conflict. Because that's where that 6 degrees of separation comes from.
Right.
As long as there's conflict, and like the brother Malcolm, what do you say? If you're asleep now, you're a danger to the rest of us. And that's where it's sad, because it's true. You dig what I'm saying? Like the whole thing is we trying to build. Hold on 1 second.
You got that suspect ringtone. Yo, Yo.
Thank you, sir. 1 second, ma'am. I'm on a live stream. I'm trying to put it on
the phone. All right. So man, people be, you know what I mean? They be having that agent mindset. Like I seen the boy who's the agent on TV talking about the agent mindset. I'm like, this is crazy. The boy Bill Carson. Bill Carson, for those that don't know, he been outed as the agent. You know what I'm saying? Part of that whole Egyptologist crew. You know what I mean? That talk about the ancient aliens and all that bullshit. You know what I mean? So it's funny that when it comes to black people, right? Black people had to have some type of help and doing the things that they did. But we don't ever say nothing about white people. We don't ever say, oh, aliens came and helped the white people build the White House, or aliens came and helped, Rome and to build the aqueduct and shit like that. You know what I mean? Or the Colosseum. We don't say these things. But when it comes to black people, oh yeah, those black people, they couldn't possibly have known how to do those things that they did. They had to have some outside force. And he joined that crew. You know what I'm saying? So he recently been outed, and this is the forbidden knowledge bull. You know what I'm saying? Um, charlatans. You know what I'm saying? I guess this is charlatans part 3. Fuck it. But he was talking about the agent mindset and how people just like in the Matrix, Red Pill Rescue production. Just like in the Matrix. When somebody is a regular person, they morph into an agent. You know what I'm saying? It's a trigger, something that's happening around them that triggers regular people to become agents and guardians of the realm. And they gotta fight you and lord over you till you stop saying what you saying that's causing a glitch in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? And then they can morph back into regular people once the threat is gone. And that's where the whole name, the Red Pill Rescue shit come from. Is that when these people was like red pilling out in the matrix, the agents would come and get them. And then Neo would have to come and save the red pillar from the agents. And also clarifying that this nigga, you not crazy. Yeah, that this is really what's going on. And let me show you more what's going on. That's what the whole Red Pill Rescue motif means. You know what I mean? So it's just funny that, agent provocateurs are like, they are just taking the position, to the point where I guess maybe they forgetting that they agents. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of, like y'all forget it's like real researchers out here that can cross reference and show how y'all is being charlatans and how you misleading people and all of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's funny because the boy Bill Carson, he recently well, not recently, maybe a couple years back, he posted a email that he got from the Flat Earth Society. And the Flat Earth Society had contacted him and was saying that they wanted him to make content about the flat Earth. Now, why would the Flat Earth Society be contacting anybody and telling somebody to say, hey, could you make some flat Earth videos, or you know what I'm saying? If the Earth is flat, then look, truth echoes itself. He would be saying that. You know what I'm saying? But the simple fact that he ain't saying that, and y'all is hitting him up and asking him to say that, that's questionable in itself. And it's like, how y'all know to hit him up? You know what I'm saying? maybe because people who push certain narratives, they got your resume is out there and your name is on speed dial. They can hit you up and be like, yeah, we got another job for you. And just because you didn't like that role that they wanted you to play that day, you turned that role down, you can out them and say, yeah, they want to talk this shit. But that further legitimizes you with people that you want to mislead in the first place. See, a charlatan works like this. They will tell you shit that's real. They will show you shit that's real. And then once they can build a legitimacy with you on those subjects, then they're going to bait you on some bullshit. Because now that they built the legitimacy with you, they know that you're not going to question them. You're just going to listen. You're going to stop holding them in contempt and just start taking in whatever they say. So they hit you with I say two truths and then a lie. The truth lies phase factor. You know what I mean? They say two things that's true to you and then hit you with a lie and you believe it. You know what I'm saying? Are you there? Can you hear me? I think you're on mute, yo. You might be on mute. I think you are on mute, man. You mute you. Yeah, you muted. Yeah. So I guess maybe he want to be muted. You know what I mean? But like, listen, man. I these people again. I don't do this to these people. These people do this to themselves. And I'm not a gossiper. I don't want to tear people down and shit. I just care about people and the well-being of people, and I don't like people being misled by people. Like I would say consider it a public service. You know, you know what I mean? Consider it a public service. A lot of these people is in the way. They're in the way of themselves. Like I said yesterday. This nigga is talking up a storm. He looking crazy as hell too. Look at him. Yo, man, get yourself together, man. Hold on. Let me get my room together real quick. I'm talking about my room, but my videos and shit. Hold on. Shit, I did need to get that together. All right, so um, I do want to say shout out to the boy Crumb TV though. You know what I'm saying for even dropping knowledge in the first place. Shout out to the knowledge droppers that even if they do stereo some bullshit, you got people that like myself that's monitoring the situation, and I'm gonna come and correct it for you. You know what I'm saying? So you good either way. As long as I'm around, you good either way. But I don't know if I can guarantee your safety next week. You know what I'm saying? But we work together, then we good. Because we stronger together, and that's the whole point. It's like we should never, feel like I see a lot of times. I see a lot of people walking around talking about I don't need nobody, shit like that, and it's like for anybody to make that statement, that means you're dependent on the system itself. Or it's like, all right, I got money, I can go to the store, I can buy this, right? So I don't need you, right? But you need that store to supply whatever good you're trying to buy, right? See? So it's like you're gonna need something either way. So a lot of these brothers and sisters that be like, yeah, I don't need, especially black people, I don't need nobody. I don't need this person. I don't need that person. Well, you need this system to keep rolling on. You need this system that oppresses us to keep it. You need the stock market to keep opening up every day, right? But you don't need no black people. Very interesting. So if you one of them people out there talking about that want to run down all the names of the people that you don't need, keep in mind that you need this system itself to keep running so that you can live this facade that you are independent. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't going and hunting your own food. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real with yourself. You don't know how electricity works. You just pay a bill. You don't know how any of that shit works. You are dependent on so many people. You know what I mean? You should really be humble, like the boy Crumb presents himself to be, but not really. But you should really be humble. And this is more the reason why we should be working together because you got to be real with yourself. You don't know how to do any of this shit. You dependent on the system that hates you. Why are you screaming that you're independent? I got my own this and own that and own whatever. You on the grid? Fuck you talking about? You dependent on the grid. So it's just like the block feature. That block feature shit only work with black people. You know what I'm saying? You can't block the system. You can't block the grid because you depend on the grid. So you having this whole braggadocious bravado when it comes to how many black people that you can block. Because I assure you, if you're a black person, majority of the people that's on your block list look like you. You can't block the people that don't look like you. You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Stop me when I'm wrong. You can't. You can block Man and Tyresa and Shaniqua and all them other people. You can block your mom and your brother and your sister, but you can't block this system though. You can't block society. Shit, a lot of y'all, you know, you should have been bobbing and weaving, but you took that jab combination to the face. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you depended on the system. You know, they told you, you don't do this, we're gonna take away this, and you said, oh no, I got to shine, I got to be fly. You know, I gotta go on trips. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta turn up at the bar. You know, a lot of y'all made them decisions based upon, you know, meaningless things that you depended on too. A lot of y'all don't even know how to have a good time because you depended on somebody else to provide that for you too. Oh damn, the club ain't open. What we gonna do? The nightclub ain't open. Oh man, you don't even know how to have fun. So it's crazy how it's like, you know, we got this vibe that we don't need each other. I don't need you. I don't need this, but you need. You lying to yourself if you're talking about you don't need nobody. That's somebody else's. Don't open it. Somebody else's. Yeah, it's not mine.
It's not mine.
Take it in the house and leave it in the house. Thank you. But you know, the point I'm trying to make is that, man, like, you can't be frauding to yourself and lying to yourself, thinking that you're independent. Not if you live on the grid. You ain't independent. Facts. You ain't independent until you get off the fucking grid. That's when you're independent. You know, just like all of them dudes that they say is self-made, right? Elon Musk and Jeff and Bill and all of them, right? They all got bread from their money from their moms and dads. You know what I'm saying? They all got money from their moms and dads, but society calls them self-made billionaires, self-made mogul. They ain't self-made. They was dependent. They was dependent on somebody just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They got money from their moms and their dads, just like every child is supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
Every child is supposed to have, you know, the backing of their mother and their father and their family to support them. We the ones that our families are the ones that internalize this. You know, you grown and you on your own and you got to do everything. Like, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? White people don't do that shit. White people set up they kids and companies and businesses and stocks and shit and everything else.
They have options.
But they teach us to teach our kids, oh yeah, when you 18, you just got to get it. You know, we teach our kids all kind of bullshit, all kind of materialism. Oh, this is Gucci. Oh, this is Prada. Oh, this is, oh, you don't know, this is the best. This is Jordans. Oh, this is we eat over here at the fancy restaurant. So you teach your kids all kind of materialistic bullshit, and then when they get 18, you like, oh, well, you on your own. You need a job.
Right.
They're already financially irresponsible because you taught them to be.
Mm-hmm.
You taught them the financial irresponsibility, and now you're telling them it's on them themselves to finance that shit. Because you're grown now, so now you can buy all your own dumb shit. But those 18 years, you didn't try to teach them to have their own business. You didn't try to teach them how to make 1 into 2 and 2 into 4. You know what I'm saying? You didn't teach them no hustle or nothing. But you tell them, oh, you grown now, go get a fucking job, and so, you know, so you can buy all the dumb shit that I've been buying you, that I've been brainwashing you with.
Right. And see that
These white
issue
people
right there.
don't do that. These white people don't do that. They, you know, when y'all trying to keep up with the Joneses or the Rothsteins or whoever, right?
Right.
Don't open that. When when you trying to keep up with them, right? They doing partial of what you doing because we always try to outdo somebody, right? You know, and that's the thing. Remember, I told you they keep black people on ignorant shit because they know that we outdo everybody at whatever we do. So if they keep us focused on ignorant shit, we'll outdo everybody in ignorant shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Makes sense. So while they got us focused on that, right? And I'm trying to outdo them on that level, right? They doing the bare minimum, right? Because the bare minimum is still a nice life to us. So we
Right.
go hard to try to provide the bare minimum with what they give their children. The shit that they do for their children is not even considered spoiling them,
Right.
but to us it is. That's how
Right.
far the wage gap is. That's how far the economic stability is. You know what I'm saying? So they do the bare minimum, and we drool over the lifestyle that they have, but they also
Oh,
teaching their kids and building their kids up to take over the empire or to be self-sufficient out here. You know what I'm saying? So they teaching their children, they're grooming their children, they're investing in their children, they're investing in their children's future. But our people is not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to change that. We got to
right.
change that and start having people to be selfish and using their children as cannon fodder or crash dummies. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen Mr. Samuels. He made a video the other day and he was talking about how a lot of these mothers are using their children and robbing their children of their lives and their future so that they can get by. You
Right.
know, because you didn't do the things that you should have did when you were supposed to do them. So now, and then you had children on top of that. So now your children had to stop what they doing to take care of you because you fucked up. You know,
Right.
and it's like it'd be crazy because even in our mindset and our position or our disposition, you know, we use that, we weaponize that and use that against each other. Oh, you grew up and you had a silver spoon in your mouth. You grew up and you had this and that. So my parents were supposed to be irresponsible with money. My parents was supposed to be ignorant to financial responsibility. They were supposed to make bad decisions. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. My fault. Shame on me and shame on my family for doing what they were supposed to do as adults to make a
Right.
better life for their children. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like we that's what thing about it. We say that shit to each other. Oh, you had a silver spoon. You didn't have a hard knocks like I had. You didn't have it rough like me.
Right.
But we don't want
And
to. We
see,
don't want to factor in that. Hey, maybe your mom or your dad made some bad decisions.
right.
We don't want
And
to factor that in. Of course, we know about slavery. Of course, we know about the systematic racism. Of course, I would never ever try to step over that like that's not a real thing. But
right.
we also know that people out here be doing dumb shit too.
Right. And you
That
know
being
what? One of the
irresponsible.
right. And the conflict that I seen that I've been addressing to folks that without creating conflict is that I grew up with the mentality that I want to give my kids what I never had because we're coming off of literally slavery. It's not been that many generations that it's been worse. So but I looked at it and seen with my own eyes what happens when you do that. The reason why at 18 I was already out the house is because I didn't get everything that I needed. And I know that if I want to close my door and I want to lock my door, then I got to go get me my own spot. Because, respectfully, no locked doors, like the little guy from one of them Fridays. But then, you know what I mean? It creates a mental block in people's helmet, because shit, I even had my daughter say that she want to give her kids what she didn't have. And I said, you're ill equipped to do that. You go, "Pardon?" I was like, you're ill equipped to do that because of the fact that you don't have the tools. Like my mom raised 4 kids, you know what I mean, by herself. You dig what I'm saying? And she was well equipped to do
Now
that.
some of this stuff now we got to factor this into. Some of the stuff that we didn't have was for our own good.
Right.
We didn't grow up with cell phones and video games and shit like that.
Right.
We had to go outside and actually play, and that's good for early childhood development, for early
Yeah.
adult, early human being development. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Interacting with nature, interacting with people
Right.
is good. It's
Yeah, because
good for
we
your
had
brain for
outside.
brain development. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
so so some of that stuff ain't good. You know, a lot of times we look at the decadence of life and be like, I want my children to have this and have that. You know, but is that
Yeah.
teaching them something? You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
seen a elder was telling the story, and he was saying he said that he said I drove. He said He said my great grandfather walked so that his son so that my grandfather could drive a Benz, right?
Yeah.
And then he said my grandfather drove a Benz, and then his son drove a Ferrari, and
Right.
then and then my son will walk. He said, well, my son will
Right.
be back walking again. And then but basically somebody was telling him a story. So he was saying, why is that? Well, why would my
Right.
son be walking again if if I had a Ferrari? And he was like, because hard
Good
times
girl.
hard times make strong men. You know what I mean?
Right.
But and good times make weak men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So living
Yep.
that life of decadence actually, made
Mhm.
made this lineage weaker down the line. So they were more
Mhm.
hard developed people. You know what I'm saying? Like the great grandfather walked 10 miles to work every day. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But his great great grandson can't walk down the street.
Right.
So some of that stuff ain't good for us
Right.
because it takes away from who we truly are and what we truly need to be, especially as men.
Right.
We need to have strong men. We need to have strong women too, and we need to not have spoiled brats. That's why I was like going to talk to my niece later on because I don't want my nieces to become to be spoiled brats that grow up to be entitled children to be entitled adults to feel like the
Right.
world owed them something because
Right.
everybody else created this fiction world where you get everything you want. That's not reality.
Right.
It's
Come on.
not good. It's not good for somebody. When we say, "Oh, I want to spoil my children," or "I want to be spoiled myself," a lot of women say
Right.
that shit.
Right.
Anything that's spoiled is rotten. If I gave you some
Right.
spoiled milk, are you gonna drink that? Let me see you guzzle a gallon of spoiled milk. I bet you wouldn't
Right.
do it. Nobody don't
Right.
want nothing that's spoiled.
Right.
It's rotten.
Right.
It's rotten to the
It's human.
core. It's no good. You know what I'm saying? And if you put this in your system, you're gonna be sick.
Ready?
I don't
Yep.
want no. We don't want nothing that's spoiled.
Ready?
We want people that got
Mhm.
good caliber people.
Three.
You know,
Yep. Exactly. Hey, and man, here, let me go get the keys, okay? Good girl.
so
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I want
Yeah.
something that I didn't have.
All right.
So when I think about that as a parent, and I say I want something that I didn't have as a child, I want
Yeah.
I want a true learning experience, a true teacher, a true guider, a true protector.
Right.
And that's a lot of children don't have that. They think because you made a whole bunch of money over here and you can take your kids to Disneyland that that's good. But you
Right.
opening your children up to people who want to slice up their genitals and get them to ride weird shaped rides that look like they performing sexual acts on cartoon characters.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have money to take your kids there, but
Right.
you know but you think that you're not a good parent because you don't got the money to do that. No,
Right.
you might actually be building character in that child.
Right.
So
I mean, you're gonna build
so
a
we got
character
so
in
so
that
we really
child,
digging
regardless.
in right now. We really digging into the true nature of parenting. You know what I'm saying? Is to make
Right.
children to 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 make a better human being.
Right.
That's the whole nature of being a parent is to make a good human being, to develop a
Right.
good human being, not to just give this child whatever they want or whatever they see on TV. That doesn't make you a good parent. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
That makes you an alchemist, and that
Yep.
makes you a mad scientist. You playing with alchemy with your child.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what kind of toxic brew that you making.
Mm-hmm.
You just throwing everything in the equation. Yeah, cell phone, laptop, Disney World, this and that. Oh, TikTok, yeah. So just throw all of that in there. Throw it all in the
Right.
blender.
Right.
No, no, you be poisoning our children with too much shit,
Right.
thinking that the bar of good parenting is somebody who can provide all of this. That's not reality.
Right.
That's never been
Yep.
reality in the history of humanity and human beings on this planet. That's never been reality. Reality is
Right.
teaching kids the right things to do. even when it's
Right.
not popular.
Right.
Like my mom taught me when I was a kid, I was like, damn, I wanted clothes for Easter like everybody else. My mom told me Jesus wore rags. So why would I buy you new clothes? That don't even make sense.
Right.
And that was a
And I didn't
major
even have
jewel.
that
And you know
option.
what I'm saying? And I love that jewel now. When I was a kid, I
Right.
didn't understand it, but now I love that jewel. That's what
Right.
parenting is about, is teaching your kids and having them to develop their mind and to be stronger and better individuals. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And not just an individual, but an individual in your mind, but one who works cohesively with their environment and their people.
Right.
Not one who works against them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Yep. I sure hate to cut this situation short, but I got to get my dog to the emergency room. I just found this one spot that's open down the street, and I ain't got internet on my tablet. Let's see here. Let's see what the address is. Yep. Yeah, most definitely. And
Well,
I
yeah, I mean,
oversee.
we can cut it short.
Oh no, I'm
We
gonna,
cut back.
you
No, I mean, we cut
yeah,
it short because we tap back in with part two, where
right, right.
we go into the hive. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
We
we got to.
swatted a couple we swatted a couple rogue bees, right?
Right.
Crummy people, and
Mm-hmm.
but later on when we get back, we'll go into the hive. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you know,
Hey,
with that
and
said,
look,
um,
hey, look, real quick, look, check it out. You see what's going on right there with Spock and the other boy?
right.
He said, how are you always so calm? Because I don't argue with stupid people. I just cut it short and say you're right. He said, that's completely ridiculous. You're right. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
fuck nah.
exactly.
Quickly,
And that
just
tells you
that quick.
everything. That tells you everything you need to know about, this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Perfect way
And
to sign off, man.
right, right. Hey, look. Anytime I hear that someone say the government wouldn't do that, let's go on. I mean, and shout out to Philly and everything going. You see, they got the COINTELPRO and that move situation, the Flint, Michigan, slavery, Tuskegee, eugenics, Tulsa. You know what I mean? That stuff don't stop. It ain't. You know what I mean? Like these people missing the point. Is by the time everybody catch up like the rest of us, somebody gonna bend and fail. Because I know quite a lot of people. I used to tell folks back in the days, I'm like, all this extra
First,
killer
thank
talk.
Governor
When
Wolf
you turn around
for his action.
and look for your group, when it's time for us to go against somebody, you're gonna be like, where everybody go? You told on half of them, and the rest of them you killed. Looking for a squad while we thin. That's the reason. It shows. Don't be the problem, be the solution. Hey, like the brother Scary X say, if I'm working on if I'm working on the solution, then I can't be part of the problem.
Be the change. You gotta be the change you want to see.
Right.
And then, if you just preaching that and you're not doing that, then you are part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
should peace and benedictions. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Only
sir.
people can be cognitive dissonance. We
Words
out,
without
man.
action have no meaning. Peace.
All right.
Yeah.